the druggie. Aṣíwájú àwọn àtọ̀ọ́lé. There's no name they've not called me. They said my mama, my papa, they should go and ask my mama. My papa must be Igbo. And I am from a very prominent family in Yoruba land. A very prominent family. Badero. Go look it up. A very prominent Ejebu family. But unfortunately, unfortunately, the Iragbiji, supposed allegedly Iragbiji drug addicts, who no one is really sure if he's a Nigerian anyway. So if you are, you know what I mean now. So if you are not on the same page with the druggie Tinubu, the slaves, the sewage dwellers, the touts, the what do you call it, the miseducated morons that are parading themselves as his supporters and what have you, who ordinarily are not even handful enough. They are not enough to make him president. So you're right. They are the same people that look at the northerners most of the time. And they say it openly. And that's what Babachir Lawal is referring to there. You are inconsequential, you this illiterate, all this northerner illiterates, all this, you this northerners. And they say it to their faces. Because to them, Tinubu is one great strategist. Sorry, I don't know who this person is talking to. Is there anybody there with a spanner? I just see somebody called Tipex too. I've not seen that person on this platform before. So, Abino, Tipex, I don't know who you are talking to. But next time, try and possibly put a name towards it. So I automatically believe that you are directing that to me. And because of that, after we remove you from here, follow me for she wa shofo tile tara tomo ni kure o. And that's why when you want to write or type in that comment section, it is ideal for you to probably phrase it very well so that I can know if it's for me or not. Because when I see it, I automatically believe it's for me. All of you who are hiding behind whatever is called a keypad in order to help them, like troll people on social media in defense of these criminals, ìjọ tí ọjọ́ ayọ̀ yín bá ti ń kọ̀ lábáyìí wọn a máa gbé yín gbìn bí iṣu ni one by one òfò lẹ́ máa ṣe o tọmọtọmọ o and àmì ló yẹ kó ṣe kò yẹ kó wá gíw kọ́sọ́ òfẹ́ kan wúlò. You know what I mean now? But let's continue. So it's not so wrong. To them, Tinubu is such a very, very, you know what I mean now? Tinubu is such a very powerful politician. He's so brainy. He's but yet they strongly knows that without this supposed northern rogues who are able to probably feel like they would have something out of it, decided to rig him, falsify figures for him, but they regret it. That's one good thing. That's the cap. They regret it, as many of you are regretting whatever it is that you conjured in your warped mind that made you believe that Tinubu built Lagos and is going to come and do something about Nigeria. You will regret it if you are not already. All right? And my own prayer on the side is that may push on for 8 years. Because now, if they remove him in 2027, a lot of people will be saying that he laid the foundation for you. He laid the foundation for you. Which foundation? So maybe do 8 years, because they will say, oh, yeah, it started the reform. That's why somebody else came in and he changed. No. That's what they said when Fashola took over. Nobody can point to any legacy project of Tinubu anywhere. Nobody can say, oh, yeah, I read somewhere they said that he renovated the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Right. What is his exact legacy project in Lagos State? How many roads? How many kilometers of road did he construct around that time? How many new schools did he build? Hospitals and the stuff like that, right? Oh yeah, he established extortionist ring where they are just like order, and he increased. They said he increased their what do you call it? The IGR. That's a success. Àwọn olórí burúkú máa ṣàǹfààní dédé. But yeah, let's continue with this man who regretted his own association with the druggie, and now is in the camp of those who want to get rid of the druggie himself. Kolu.
I mean, in your own mind, you think that it will, after Buhari, your friend for 8 years, power shouldn't shift to the other side, and fairly speaking to another 8 years. Those are the arguments of some Nigerians who think fairness is only if power, and that's the reason why your very good friends Peter Obi and Rotimi Amechi said,
and Bola Tinubu must include him.
Is Bola Tinubu still your friend?
Yes, of course.
Your former friend or your present friend?
We are friends. We've not had a conference to dissolve it. He offended me, and he's full of himself, and he thinks that because he's now so-called president.
Is he so-called or is he the president?
So-called.
That's the president of the Federal Republic.
I believe he didn't win the election.
What makes you think so? Because you supported Peter Obi?
Yes.
So that's why you think...
The results available to us at that time believe he didn't win the election.
But the court says otherwise.
The court, of course, you know who they are.
The court stands for justice.
Yeah, the court stands for justice in court.
So you don't believe in the courts?
I believe in the courts. What can you do? They are there. They are supposed to do their duties. They are doing their duties. It's not about believing.
So if you don't believe Bola Tinubu won the election, the court in the first, I mean, the result at the poll says he won. The court in the first instance says he won. Yes. The court in the second instance says he won.
Yes, but the facts on the ground said he didn't win.
Who now won? Atiku?
Peter Obi won that election.
That came third?
According to the result that was announced. Not according to the true results.
So how do you determine who won an election?
We have the data now. Look, we had monitors on the field. We had agents on the field. We collected our data. We know our results. We know the results that were coming in from the field. We can see clearly the point at which they were altered. We can see clearly, you know.
Was he altered in Anambra? Was he altered in Abia? Was he altered in Enugu? Peter Obi won landslide. He won over 90% of the votes in that region.
Yes.
He beat Bola Tinubu in Lagos.
Yes.
He had huge votes in the North Central.
It doesn't mean there are no states where election was conducted. There are. You know, when you do rigging, junk it and move on. Until another fight comes, I face it.
So this your antagonism and criticism of Bola Tinubu is personal?
It's not personal. I wish.
So he's a guy who confidently said and still saying that Obi won the election. And there are many, many people who believe so too. The allocation of figures and all that happened, the switch off of the, what do you call that thing again? IREF. And so many other nonsense that took place that time, which was really, really deliberate. All right. So there are those who are still convinced that if Tinubu didn't win, and I'm one of them. Yeah, I am one of them. He didn't win any election. He didn't. In fact, despite the fact that they had their rigging here and there, Tinubu didn't score up to 1.5 million votes overall in all over Nigeria. Tinubu did not, including Lagos. So inside Lagos, he scored 145,000. Sorry, 145,000. That's how much he scored in Lagos. His real vote in Lagos that day, 145,000 something. The entire Lagos. In Rivers State, his entire score in Rivers State is less than 87,000. The total vote they give him for Rivers it is less than 87,000. All over Nigeria, Tinubu didn't score up to 1.5 million votes. Genuine. But you see, when you see the Ronukus, we'll beat you because they believe that they can write the result. He will use the power of incumbency. They are calling the bluff of those who wrote the figures for him, those who cooked the fake result for him from the northwest, northeast, and northwest, northeast, because Peter Obi won the north central, of course. Yeah. So those who cooked the figures for him are now calling them aboki. Interesting, yeah. They are calling them like illiterates. You this northern Tifunu doesn't need your votes. Una the thing say you're not too important. Una the thing say you are this or that. From Ronukus that couldn't gather 200,000 votes for Tinubu in Lagos that he was a landlord of. Eh? So Eronuku is telling you that 2027 like this, now about 40 million votes if Tinubu go get. From where? They go right down. But the problem now is that it will need to see have some of his friends in the north on his side. Right? When I say on his side, it's not because they have to do the rigging for him. It is just that they have to be on his side when the rigging is carried out. So Tinubu is expected to change Mahmoud Yakubu to a Yoruba man or somebody that is Yoruba, but is not in the current demography of Yoruba land. It's going to probably come from, partly maybe Delta, partly Edo or Kogi or somewhere. They will shall go find someone somewhere with a Yoruba kind of ancestry. They will make him your INEC chairman. Because Tinubu knows that what they did with Jega in 2015, there's a chance. And I say Jega and what is his name? Jonathan. So there's a chance that Tinubu won't take that risk. And if he does take that risk, then we can conclude that his end is actually near. I'm not saying that lightly, right? Here about the ADC coalition, he has more to say. Listen to this part.
Indeed.
What is this grassroots? The story is long. Been here with you
to discuss with that. I mean, we were supposed to talk about opposition politics, but I mean, sometimes you just get engrossed in trying to learn from other people's experience. Now that you have moved into the ADC, what are your people saying in the north about Tinubu?
I, as a person, had looked at the north, I looked at the problems, and I looked at the fact that solution to the problems can only be possible if you have the instruments of power and coercion. If you don't control the military, there's no way you can coerce them into doing the right thing with insurgency and bandits, whatever name we like to call them. So it is important that we get the instruments of power as Northerners in the hands of somebody who understands the issues facing us and who will face it headlong and bring a solution to it. That is my position. Now, to do that, we had a group of people who started meeting with like minds. How do we approach this? What is the issue? What are the issues? So we call this Nigerian People's Consultative Political Forum, North, in which almost every significant northern politician that is not in government attends our meetings. The idea is we get together, we bring unity to this north. There's disunity among us, and we analyze what is meant by this disunity among us, what are the causes, how do we ameliorate them, and then so we agreed that we must vote en bloc. If we don't vote en bloc, we will not be able to achieve our goals.
So that's the agreement now.
That's our understanding of the way to go. Now, whoever it is that will eventually emerge, we will only support somebody that understands the problems facing the North, and will present them to him.
Either the person is a northerner or a southerner.
Even if he's
or
from
have you
heaven,
decided?
even if he's from heaven.
Have you made any decision about who you are going to be?
No. Me as a person?
No, I'm saying your group.
No. Eventually, we just decided, of course, that we can only pursue this if we're in one solid political party. And we all agree this political party can only be ADC. Now, I'm part of those, I'm the leader, one of the leaders of the ADC. And from the beginning, the discussion is all the intending contestants must slow down.
Okay.
Their ambitions until we form a political platform that will facilitate victory for them. And they have, I mean, at the national level, and quite a lot of the most significant ones, they are Samechi, is Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar is there. I'm sure there are others. there who have not yet thrown in the towel.
Babachir Lawal is not one of them.
No, nobody will vote for me.
Why?
I don't know. Even my Oga who said it was because even my wife will not vote for me.
Why?
Because they say you go and abuse everybody, you will not bend, you will not negotiate. To me, black is black, white is white. There's no gray color to me. And so, I mean, I'm not going to...
You are not electable.
I'm not electable.
That's the guy. Babachir Lawal. So they themselves have deployed means or strategy to confuse Tinubu and his gang who are working day and night to infiltrate and then scatter them. So Obi himself, by the way, the guy himself was somewhere yesterday, right? And I think he was asked about their coalition this or coalition that. His response kind of like so similar to a little bit to what Babachir Lawal is saying too. But he has actually admitted that he is part of their coalition. He will be part of it. However, he continued to say, if the intention is just to take power and not to use the power for the people, he won't be part of that. That's kind of like confusing though, yeah? So all they need to do is just start to tell him that they want to take the power for the good of Nigerians, and he will follow them. He will believe them. So, and he made it clear that, listen, nobody should go solo when it comes to this year 2027 charade. That it will be ideal. The ideal thing is for the oppositions themselves to come together, field one united or unifying a candidate to face Kalu and put all of their effort behind that person, resist rigging and resist any form of manipulation as it was in the last charade. Or he had this to say in his words. So,
presentation in our assembly where nobody can leave his party after election. If you want to change party, do it during election. After election, you must stay there. If you vacate, they replace the person. Wow.
Very correct.
So, which party am I going to contest in? As you know, because of the problem they have, some of us who are leaders in the opposition have a president adopted ADC. But I can tell you, before the election, more will join. More people will come together. Because the opposition needs to come together. We are not coming together to wrestle power. If it is wrestle power, can't people be out of it? If we are not going to use that power to change the fortune of this country, please count me out of it. I'm not looking for political position. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I am desperate to see Nigeria change. I live in a changed place. And I tell people that. I lived in a place that work. I've been to schools. People have asked me questions. Peter, why did you go to all these schools? I went to them because I wanted to know where those people who went there have different brains. Found out that. So as we advance now, we have adopted ADC for 2027 election. We are still battling to take over Labour because that's the right thing. There was nothing wrong. What was wrong in Labour is that we found out that people abandoned what we were trying to build into transaction. Yeah. It became a mess. So that was it. There's nothing wrong. That's the only thing that is wrong. We don't want to do transactional politics. I was offered a lot by this government. I could have been anything, but that's not what it is. So that's it. Somebody asked about being fair. My sister, I live in this country. This country must change.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
Yes, amen.
Bad behavior, uncountry behavior, rascality.
This country must change. We must make sure this country changes. I am not desperate to be president. I am desperate to see Nigeria work. Those are his fancy words. Right?